Okay, so still have my gradebook set up, filtered by assignment group and organized by alphabetical, so I can look at each of the criterion, or I can look at all of them. Here's the other method for creating a single spreadsheet where you're going to keep track of all of your information, and then you can cut and paste the columns you create in that spreadsheet into this overall IB score calculator. So for some people, this may be a more appealing method. For others, it might feel like more work, and you get to decide how you feel about that. So you're going to go to Actions, and you're going to export your gradebook, and you will get a CSV file that looks like this. I have gone through and now cleaned up what's in here. So I removed all of the columns that had, the pass back to the Infinite Campus, and I took out all of my practice categories and all of the extraneous columns. So I think I took out about 15 or 20 columns from this spreadsheet. So I've got my list of students, and now I've got just going across their criterion scores, their formatives, and their summative, again, in both chronological and formative to summative order. One thing to note is that, and there may be a way to play around with this, but the length of the assignment names makes it harder to just glance at these numbers. You have to do a little more scrolling to see them. They're not right next to each other. I then added a column for my final A score. And so again, I'm looking across at her for, let's see, she had a 6, a 5, a 7, and then a 4, and then her summative was 6. So putting in the summative as a 6. Then I'm looking at her criterion B. She had a 3 on the formative, but a 6 on the summative. Obviously learned from her feedback on the formative and improved her score. So I would add a column here for criterion B, and then put in her summative score, and then again with criterion C and D. So now I've got 4 columns, my A final, my B final, C, and D, all in this one spreadsheet. Now I can take this column and I can copy it, and then I can just paste those columns in here, A, B, C, D. So I've got one nice big spreadsheet with all of the info in it. When I cut and paste it into this spreadsheet, it will calculate the overall IB score for the course. And then I can use this information to do my data entry into Canvas and Campus. So those are your 2 options. The first one, the side-by-side, you're working between 2 screens. For some people, that's not a big deal. For other people, like you might hate working between 2 screens. If you're happier working in one big spreadsheet, it takes a little bit more time to get it set up, and it's not quite as clean a view, but it has the advantage of having everything in one place. And then it's a pretty quick cut and paste to transfer those columns of scores into your score calculator spreadsheet. This spreadsheet is going to be very helpful then when we come to the next step of actually entering and reporting out the scores in Canvas and Campus.